We believe that technology could have an impact. It could make a difference. It mattered.
NetHope is an opportunity for you to be part of a global IT village.
NetHope is a community of committed, inspired leaders.
NetHope is a collective for a better world that uses technology to achieve it.
I don't know if you can describe NetHope in one word, but if there's one word that I would use, I think I'd use the word ambitious.
As a whole, we're greater than the individual parts. That's what NetHope is for me.
NetHope is a membership organization that brings together tech professionals that are able to share best practices where you can be able to learn. You are free to fail and test and be able to rise up and come out shining on the other side of the road.
Without NetHope, it wouldn't be possible to do my job.
You and NetHope has been the best news since Santa Claus for NRC. We have gotten so much help through this network.
Yeah, so how far NetHope has come in 20 years is a good question. There were actually many points, I think, in the history of NetHope, but particularly at summits, when we came together and people would ask me then, even 10 years ago, 12 years ago, did you ever think it would come, to this? And I had to say, no, I never thought they would have this scope.
I mean, in my opinion, NetHope's biggest contribution is just existing. It's easier to say what NetHope hasn't contributed to because it's been involved with so much over these past few years.
So I think NetHope has really been key in bringing technology advancements across the globe through their memberships. They've been able to bring in corporate partners like Cisco and others that have expertise in various areas. And I think without that, NetHope's kind of the glue that holds it all together.
To the nonprofit sector, I think NetHope stands today as sort of thought leaders for technology.
The impact that NetHope Academy has on my life, it's incredible. It was the earthquake itself was devastating, right? It was a very, very big thing that happened to Haiti, but things were not good before that, and with that earthquake, things could only get worse, right? And for me, it was like I could see my future under the rubbles, right? And then came NetHope, and then, of course, the name is NetHope. They give us hope, and then they help us reshape our future. And now here I am in the US, continuing with my studies and all that stuff, working as IT.
Well, one of the key milestones certainly is over the course of almost 20 years, we delivered over $160 million worth of software donations to our members, which drove down their costs and kept them current with the latest and best software there was. Certainly another key milestone or set of key milestones is all of the emergency response work we did over the years.
The cooperation hadn't really started until NetHope came into the picture, and then NetHope gave the platform, made it possible for all of us to work together and kind of respond to any emergency jointly, share resources, share knowledge, share skills. So this is the biggest value that I think any NGO or any NetHope member has seen.
In the early days, we were talking about getting, internet kits on airplanes so that there would be basic internet access when there was a disaster. And these days, we don't think twice about having internet connectivity, but as the folks at NetHope know, that is not to be taken for granted.
This connectivity and technology is aid almost as much as food, water, and shelter today.
NetHope
come here with the Wi-Fi, I could reach out to connect to my families and friends to let them know I'm okay.
This impact will, I don't know how to describe it, but I can tell you.
It will be
you guys have done what you have to do over there.
Mm-hmm.
It will bring families closer.
Yeah.
This is just remarkable.
One of the things that's most incredible to me about NetHope has always been the ability to imagine the art of the possible. And it's really hard sometimes when you're working to improve lives around the world to see what might be possible, and working with partners and learning from one another, learning from the communities that we serve. All of that came together at NetHope in such a wonderful way for us to sort of reimagine what could be if we could all work together.
Yeah, I think that NetHope has really illuminated this need for partnerships. Whether it's NetHope has this unique ability to bring together government stakeholders, NGOs, tech companies, and I think that it's helped the nonprofit community really it's really brought to light some of the problems that need to be addressed by a multitude of stakeholders, and not just the nonprofit community alone, but that the tech sector really has value to bring.
Now, in my opinion, NetHope's biggest achievement is actually building and sustaining a collective of 60 global NGOs that are committed to collaboration and collective action.
I think NetHope value to the nonprofit sector, while largely far from a household name, has demonstrated the value of collaboration and action, and is one of the most influential collaborations in the global technology space.
Well, it's certainly the collaboration that we helped foster was quite inspirational, but none of it would have been possible had the members not been willing to cooperate and collaborate with each other.
Today, nonprofits can almost sit neck to neck with the for-profit organizations, because what we're using in nonprofit is what they're using in the for-profit, and that has only been possible because of the super network and the bringing together of organizations by NetHope.
Well, I think if there's one thing we've learned in COVID, it's that the strength of your technology matters for the success of your organization. And so, the members that we have are providing life-saving services. And so helping them stay resilient also helps the world. And, particularly those that are most marginalized and have been affected the most by the pandemic.
I think one of the pivotal moments for NetHope has been the development of the regional chapters in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, and to a certain extent Europe as well. It really created local communities of practice.
From the global south, I think I've also seen the growth of leaders, from the very techie leaders to now people taking up a global roles. So that's a great plus to say that the global south is growing in terms of the tech leadership.
If I was to be very biased, I would say the future and implementation of technology is in places that are in the global south, because that's where everybody works. That is part of NetHope. If we need to improve things, it's going to be in Africa, it's going to be in Latin America, it's going to be in those spaces. It will not be in Europe or America. So I would say the involvement of the global south into NetHope is a direction that NetHope is taking at the right time. And it's unearthing talents that possibly initially would not have been seen.
I guess I would say, what should NetHope look like in the next 20 years? It should look a lot like what it's been, but I think we need to move faster. We have a tremendous opportunity with what's happened in the world over the last 15 months to accelerate the change that we all know is happening. Accelerate the use of technology, accelerate collaboration, accelerate our vision for what's possible when we can work together. And I think NetHope can drive that better than anybody.
When we look to the past, the capacity building and all that sort of stuff, we need to continue doing that. But global climate concerns, the green agenda is going to be really, really important we have to stop sort of saying renewable energy, that's not IT, that's someone else's problem. Actually, if everyone says it's someone else's problem, we don't nudge the needle forward. So my challenge to CIOs is take ownership of the green agenda. Step up, get your teams to do the right thing, and let's save this planet. Let's lead from the front.
Well, the NetHope community has achieved extraordinary impact for some of the world's most marginalized people over the past 20 years. Our work in the future is going to build on our past results, and it's going to go beyond them to include the new issues that are being confronted today: digital transformation, empowering nonprofits and ethical technology, bringing the benefits of cohesive data and digital literacy to field programs, empowering tech leaders in communities across the globe, and now tackling climate change and its effects on the world's most vulnerable. The NetHope community continues to be the catalyst supporting people and planet and doing things that would not otherwise be possible if we were acting alone.
And what value NetHope has brought to the world would really be technology to deliver aid efficiently.
NetHope has elevated the representation of nonprofits and shaping the technology design and use for the most optimal benefit of the broader society and also the planet.
NetHope changed the world by showing that technology and digital ways of working matter in low to mid-income countries to enhance the well-being of people.
I would say NetHope is life-changing.
NetHope is that breeze of hope.
I am NetHope is what describes NetHope best to me. We are NetHope. It's the people involved in NetHope that make the organization.
NetHope is all about digital for human potential and a healthy planet.
Together, really, winning as one, really collectively bringing our best selves, our best resources to bear and creating a better future for all.
You know, we're just better together.